So with the final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct behind us, pretty much one thing has been on everybody's mind. Piranha Plant is the most WTF character we've ever had in Smash. Now, if you missed the Direct, Piranha Plant is a DLC character who will be offered for free if you purchase the game and register it on the Nintendo website before January 31st. Don't worry, if you aren't able to get the game before then, he'll be available as paid DLC later on. And he'll be separate from the 5 DLC fighters that Sakurai talked about. Now, because Piranha Plant was just so weird, I was paying attention a lot to his gameplay, more than I was for Ken and Incineroar. And I started to notice some similarities he had to other characters. And as I went into more detail and I went down the rabbit hole, I started to realize that a lot of his moves are borrowed from other characters. Now, most of his special moves are obviously unique to him. His spike ball attack, his poison, his crazy long bite attack, no other character has these, so these have to be original to him. But his normal moves pretty much make him a kind of Frankenstein of a lot of the Smash cast, taking bits and pieces from other characters and putting them into one fighter. So let's jump into a few of these moves that I noticed. First off, Piranha Plant's down air is taken directly from Dr. Mario's down air, which is pretty interesting because Dr. Mario's down air is brand new to Smash Ultimate. This spike move that he has is highlighted as one of Dr. Mario's big changes. Poor Doc. Even when he finally has something unique to him, it gets given to yet another character. We also have a brief glimpse at Piranha Plant's down smash, which seems very similar to Mario's as far as the hitboxes go. Now granted, a lot of down smashes in the game function this way, but there's just something about the flow of the move, how fast it goes, its reach, its strength, it just seems very Mario-ish. His forward smash also seems very similar to Charizard's forward smash. They both have incredibly long necks, and they swing it forward and blast the opponent away. Although it doesn't really seem like Piranha Plants would have as much force behind it. I mean, one is a giant dragon and the other is a plant, but whatever, let's not get into the physics of a monster plant who can breathe fire and poison, and also has tiny little itty bitty feet. But speaking of Pokemon, Piranha Plant's neutral air is exactly like Ivysaur's new neutral air as well, which makes a bit of sense. They're both plant-based fighters, so giving Piranha Plant that neutral air seems like a pretty good call. But this one is pretty open and shut for me. There's really no denying that this is the same move on both characters. Then we have Piranha Plant's dash attack. I had a really hard time placing this one at first because it really just seemed very familiar, but I couldn't really put it to anybody. Maybe it's because I was tired after getting up kind of early for the Direct. But then it hit me that Yoshi has the exact same dash attack. He does this weird trip forward with his foot out move, and it just doesn't really look the same when Piranha Plant does it because obviously it doesn't match Yoshi's body exactly. But the motion is so similar that there's very little doubt in my mind that this isn't the same move. And then there are 2 more moves that I am far less confident in actually placing with another character's move. The previous ones I am pretty confident that they are taken from the other characters, but these last 2 I'm not super confident in, but I'm gonna take a stab at it anyway. The first one is Piranha Plant's up smash, and to me this seems to be functionally the same as Peach's up smash. Obviously, it's not a pirouette move up, but it's, his vines and his mouth shooting upward. But it seems the same as far as speed and power go. But the problem is that there are so many up smashes in Smash that look just like this and act this way, shoot the opponent straight into the air, that it's really hard to say with 100% certainty that this is Peach's. This is just the one that looked the most similar to me. And finally, what I can only assume is Piranha Plant's up B is taken from what we can assume is King K. Rool's up B. King K. Rool has a helicopter backpack, and this is of course his recovery move, and the player seems to have a decent amount of control when using this move with King K. Rool. The same can be said for Piranha Plant's recovery move, except instead of with a helicopter backpack, he uses the leaves on his stem, and he does a spin and flies, and it's pretty much the same move. And based on these small snippets that we've seen, he can move and halt the use of this recovery pretty freely as well. I mean, we can literally see him go up the stairs on the Mushrooming Kingdom stage and go to the flagpole and then fly down. That shows that he does have a pretty decent control over the move itself. But again, I'm not entirely certain on this one, it's just the move that looked the most similar. I also think a lot of Simon and Richter's range was implemented for Piranha Plant as well, but it also functions very, very differently. I mean, Simon and Richter's are their aerials and their forward smash, up smash, things like that, whereas Piranha Plant's, I believe, is a special move, so I wouldn't really call that borrowing his moves so much as they're all just kind of long boys. But that is everything that I was able to piece together based on the small amount of footage that we've seen in both the reveal trailer and the website, clip trailer that they have on the fighter page. So I would love to know what you guys think of this little theory. There are some moves that I haven't been able to link to another character yet, and I'm sure some of them are original to Plant. And then of course there are some moves that we just haven't seen yet. I haven't really seen anybody else talk about this very much. I don't know if it's just because nobody really noticed it or if it just wasn't important enough to talk about, but I figured I would make a video on it just in case some people out there haven't really noticed that this is the case, so I would love to know what you guys think about it. I'd also like to know if you saw a move that Piranha Plant has that I didn't talk about but that does match another character, or if I talked about one in this video and you think it's better suited to match another fighter's move. That sounds confusing now that I say it, but I think it made sense. But anything and everything you have to say, I would love to hear all about it down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. If you are new, be sure to subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Peace out and have an awesome day.